Recently, my youngest child moved schools, and I realized that, for the first time ever, all three of my kids might finally have good teachers for once, which immediately sent me backwards in time, because I don't want to brag or anything, but I had some truly terrible educators while I was growing up. Chronologically, it all began with my 5th grade teacher, who delighted in making children break. One time, after I turned in an assignment late, she pulled me into the hall and told me that this was an unforgivable offense and that I couldn't expect any extra sympathy just because my parents were getting divorced. Another time, on a class bicycle trip, she even sprayed me with pepper spray while she was riding next to me and a dog came up on my other side. When my horrified mother asked how to treat it, she frowned and handed over a cream, saying, "Don't use too much." Then, on the last day of school, she gave every single other child a hug, but just patted me on the head. I had my next bad teacher in middle school, and he was mostly awful for the most pedestrian possible reason. He was wildly sexist. He called the girls in my friend group the pack, and wouldn't let us play chess against the boys because he didn't want us to lose every match. He also kept a 3-inch thick file on one of my friends, jotting down every time she dropped a pencil or looked at the clock. And he used to duck over to the district office, which adjoined the middle school and was where my mom worked, to use the women's bathroom instead of the men's every time he needed to poop. And finally, I had my worst teacher in college for a coding class. The class started at 7:30 in the morning, and he was often too hungover to come in, so we would just email assignments to us. Then when Halloween rolled around, I ran into him at the Transvestite Ball, which was an annual event organized by the local college radio station. He was at the bar in a dress, and I went up to say hi when I realized that he was at that level of drunk where he could barely even process his surroundings anymore. He was just all id and stream of consciousness, which was how I got trapped next to him while he expelled hot whiskey breath in my ear and told me how much he loved me while trying to wrap his arm around my waist. It was the only time in my life I wished I had a personality a little more like my 5th grade teacher's, in fact. Then I could have doused him with pepper spray and given him a quick pat on the head.